25 years ago, the world celebrated the start of a new millennium. For me, a whole new life was beginning. A life I had never imagined would be possible. A life which gave me freedom from the constraints I'd always taken for granted. I was already in my mid-60s, and yet I was to experience what I can only describe as a rebirth. All my adult life, I had kept my true self hidden. I felt I had no choice. Now, finally, I could be myself. I came out as homosexual with a bang, which may not be the best way to put it, right across the tabloid press and on TV. And for a while, I was probably more afraid of what might happen to me because of my sexuality than ever before. I honestly wondered if I might be stoned in the street. But I noticed the world was changing. The law of the land was continuing to change. People around me had changed, and these changes kept coming. As fate would have it, I seemed to have extremely good timing. Suddenly, everybody was coming out. It was almost fashionable. So much so that as someone who was accustomed to being regarded as different and had been told off for it at school by various headmistresses, I did consider going back in again. Madonna kissed women on stage and it didn't seem to damage her career. So why had I been in such a state? Gay pride was becoming a phenomenon. People were singing and shouting that they were glad to be gay. It seemed that I may have missed something, and my coming out proved to be not at all how I had anticipated it. Now, in the UK and many other countries, gay couples can marry. Then, gay men went to jail and gay women were ostracised. I have been a small part of a transformation. I'm now married to a woman. Our 11th anniversary falls on September the 12th, 2025, 2 days before my 90th birthday. Miracles do happen. I've been astonished at what life has presented me with over the first quarter of a century of the new millennium. Because without a doubt, the most extraordinary part of my story has come about since I decided to stand up and be counted. To young people today, there will seem nothing remarkable in any of it, and they could be forgiven for questioning why it took me so long. The thousands of other gay men and women who had to deal with the world the way it used to be would never need to ask that question. Even as an actress within an industry known for its liberal attitudes, tolerance, and acceptance of people who are different, I found that it was not always possible to be open. I firmly believed during my time in Coronation Street that I would have been sacked if my sexuality had become public knowledge. Actors and their characters often become as one in soap operas, and it would almost certainly have been felt that our viewers would not accept a gay Alma. Now, Coronation Street abounds with gay characters, to the extent that I have wondered if it should be renamed Canal Street, after Manchester's famous gay area. Also, it seems almost irrelevant whether or not the actors who portray them are gay themselves, which is how it should be. Then, everything was so very different. Have you ever seen a fox lurking about in your garden? You may have noticed that it has its head lowered down, that it looks furtive and frightened. And if you make any move towards it, it will disappear into the shadows. The fox knows, absolutely knows it is going to be exterminated if it's found out, because it's some sort of vermin, some sort of diseased creature. Along with a lot of other people at that time, I believed absolutely that I was a diseased creature.